Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the LPTV Disney Morning Show, where we catch you up with what's going on in the world of Disney and look forward to a fantastic Disney weekend. My name is the Dupster. Over there, we have Kai Kai. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I got a live
Yeah.
studio audience today.
Oh, do you really? Oh, awesome.
A little bit.
And down below, we have a special guest on this Friday, and that would be Germ. How you doing, Jeremiah?
Good. How about you, Dubai?
I am Dubai. I am doing very well. My son wants to go to Dubai. I think don't they have
They call him the Burj Khalifa.
They were going to build a Universal Studios there, I think, but I think it's
They got the gate.
Yeah, so my son would love to go see that, I'm sure. Let's see. Oh, let's say hello. There we go. Hey, Gio. How you doing? I would like to thank Gio publicly for this weekend's. Get that out of the way. For this weekend's quiz. He's written a quiz for me. I appreciate it very much. We also have a quiz from Uncle Orb. Nope. One Little Spark. So Doobie may be relaxing tomorrow instead of writing some quizzes. This could be nice. And hello, Nikki B. A happy Friday to you. Let's get started the way we start every day with a look at Jeremiah's forehead. All right. So I believe we climbed up into 90, yesterday. So
I'm going to guess that it slipped back down, but I hope I'm wrong.
I'm saying down also.
You're saying down also. Let's find out the stock today. Love this Tron. This is the nicest one they've had so far. 80. Oh, just barely.
A little bit,
barely.
yeah. Well, actually, it's 2%, so it must have been up even more from when we after we checked.
That was as predictable as anything. It was going to shoot up and come right back down. I feel like if you were to chart Disney's post-earnings call stock, that is as predictable as anything. Should be able to turn that into some money. Ethan, ready today?
Of course.
Nice.
Hello and happy Friday, everyone. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified and then I see the look in your eyes. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will be sunny today with a heat index of 82 degrees. Walt Disney World will be partly cloudy today with a high of 96 that feels like 106. Sounds like perfect Halloween party weather to me, said no one. Castaway Cay will reach 90 today, but storms may move in the afternoon and a chance of rain will exist for the rest of the night. Speaking of rain, Disneyland Paris will be wet for the rest of their park-going day. The precip is keeping temperatures around 70. Tomorrow, Tokyo will be partly cloudy to sunny and will break a triple-digit heat index. Shanghai is in for a warm one tomorrow as they'll see a high of 98 that will feel like 110. It will also be quite sunny, so pack your sunscreen. Lastly, thunderstorms will continue in Hong Kong through the early afternoon. After that, it will be cloudy and feel like 95. Then, storms may resume in the late night hours. And that will do it for this Friday edition of the Disney Weather Update. Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can do. Total eclipse of the heart. Bye for now.
Please tell me we have an Ethan Sings the Hits album coming at some point.
We should. I mean, they're probably all on my computer somewhere.
He is so soulful. I mean, Bonnie Tyler has nothing.
Turn around. Every now and then.
Written by the great Jim Steinman.
Written by whom?
Jim Steinman, who
Why
did
is he great?
Meatloaf's hits.
He's great because of that.
Okay. I hadn't heard him. I didn't know that. Wow. TIL.
If you've heard a really long song that sounds like an operatic thing, it's probably by and like a rock opera. It's him.
Hey, Rich. Thanks for joining us this morning, as always. And Gio turning around in his chair.
I know when he said that, I wanted to turn around. I was like, "What's going on?"
How can I forget to say Happy Halloween to everyone? Goodness, today's the official start of Halloween season. Very exciting. So that's one of the reasons we have Jeremiah on. But the first reason we have him on is to talk about that cool shirt he has. Jeremiah was at Minions. Where were you yesterday?
Yesterday, I was at Universal Studios, Florida. We got to partake in a multitude of events, starting
You are
with
gutsy. You are a brave man, Jeremiah.
Is it because I'm wearing that entire outfit? Yes. Is it
And showing off
because
those legs.
I was like, because my upper thighs are sunburnt? Not quite. I didn't stand out in the sun that much. So today is the official opening of Illumination's Villain Con Minion Blast. That is the full title of it. That'll be the last time I say that. So yesterday we got to really experience all of Minions Land, which we've been experiencing since, I believe, mid-June was when the cafe and everything opened. So when I was writing my article, I kind of skipped all of that and talked about the new attraction, which this was the first time I got to.
Okay. You wrote a review for Laughing Place, so you're gonna talk about it live, of course. But whenever we have a review, we have a thing we do on this show to give people a taste of the review. I would read the headline of the review and the final paragraph. So let's do that here, because usually from those two things you can get it all. So the headline: attraction review, Illumination's Villain Con Minion Blast. Not a lot to be gleaned from that, but let's go to the final paragraph, which is. Officially opens today at Universal Studios.
Yeah, it's like
one
before
that
that.
we're really going to read. Okay. Earlier, I talked about theme park enjoyment level, and while I enjoyed Minion Blast a lot more than I expected, guests have now built up the idea that every attraction must be mind-blowing and, to steal a term from a park down the road, an e-ticket. This is not that. Universal has been doing a great job creating attractions for the entire family to enjoy, and this follows that trend very well. Illumination Villain Con Minion Blast is a 15/20 for me, meaning if the wait is no longer than 15 or 20 minutes, I would most definitely jump in line for it. Of course, I am not the target audience for this, so I am sure if you have some little minions of your own, this will be a must-do no matter what the wait. Profound, Jeremiah. I love that rating system, 15/20. I like that a lot.
I'm going to keep that. That was something like this. So this has been discussed. They started the soft opening for this a few weeks ago, and I haven't gotten a chance to go on it. I've also remained 99% spoiler free until I got on there yesterday. It is a fun attraction, but you have to go into it expecting to not know what you're doing, because you pretty much walk in, you grab a blaster, you get on a moving walkway, and you just shoot at things. That's what the blasters look like. They do have a very cool aspect of it, and I'll just go off that. On the Universal app, you can actually connect your phone to the blaster, and it comes up with your name like it is there. Keeps your scores, keeps your achievements. There's small pucks around Minion Land that you can scan, touch, and you'll get bonus points, bonus weapons like the freeze ray, the banana gun, the fart gun. I just wanted to say fart gun on.
Yeah, you gotta give them as much data as possible in exchange for a fart gun.
Yes, exactly.
Always the cynic.
That is the coolest technology. You know, they're jumping off of what Universal Hollywood and Universal Japan has done with their Mario Kart.
I gotta stop you here. Geo may have the funniest thing we've ever had. Test vehicle is in the parking garage. It's a moving walkway.
Yes.
I thought it was hilarious, Geo.
You do not walk on this moving walkway, though.
You experience it when you get to MCO.
It is they have the signs. They really should have minions all over the moving walkways at MCO now.
This ride, just wait till you get to Universal Studios Florida.
This is cool. Wait till there are giant screens and you're holding a blaster and you get to just turn around in circles and shoot.
Well, that's a good question, because I mean, I haven't seen. I know they don't permit official videos. I haven't seen any smuggled ones. So you're on a moving walkway. Is it purely screen based? Is there anything practical in there?
So it is purely screen based. There are small little props on the walls, and the normal, like, hey, we're going to throw this stuff in there, but there is nothing that you interact with that is not on a screen.
Is it continuous, or do you stop at points like a Toy Story Mania kind of thing? No.
It is continuous, which is one of the things that everybody else I was talking to was having problems with. They kept walking on it because it's a moving walkway, and they'd want to get to the next scene as opposed to just waiting as it goes. I was lucky enough to be in a smaller area, so I wasn't worried about anything. I do have the worry because it is one dot here, one dot here, one dot here. These blasters are pretty much, pretty large. So if the three of us were taking up 3 dots and we all decided to spin around at the same time, one of us would get knocked out from these blasters.
Okay.
So
good to know.
that is one of the things that I was kind of hesitant about when it gets busy. But overall, it's a very fun attraction. I have not.
How long an experience? How long a shooting experience is it?
It's maybe 3.5 minutes.
Is it all? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Ask the question.
Is it all one direction, or does it take place all around you, up and behind and everything?
Kyle, you have a joke for that yet?
Harry Styles. That's all. I don't know.
One Direction.
Okay. No, it actually. So, speaking of MCO, they still have the old luggage conveyor belts that come down, and the conveyor belt turns, and so each piece turns, and that's how the moving walkway is. So it does do turns. It doesn't do any full.
And what you're shooting at, the screens, are the screens like above you, behind you, in front of you, or is it all just like all in front?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. They have each of the rooms takes place around some of the Vicious Six, which are the villains from the Rise of Gru, which is a film that I still haven't seen. So walking into it, and I still enjoyed it without knowing the characters. That's a good thing. But you go in and you just shoot at everything. Everything disappears. They have some fun hidden things, like they have paintings on the walls that you shoot at, and behind them are different collectible things that you can add. I did.
Oh, this is a good question. I mean, my wife speaks for herself. She's not the most sturdiest on the moving walkway. Do you know what the non-moving walkway accommodation is for this? If there is one?
I do not. That wasn't, sadly, when everything we were experiencing, we had a half hour in the cupcake place, we had a half hour in the cafe. When we walked into the attraction, we had a few minutes, which we have a video of them talking about the interactivity with the app and some of the tips and tricks. And then they said, okay, you guys have about 12 minutes to get on the ride. So I didn't get a chance to explore the queue much. Thankfully, Luke had explored it a few months ago.
Yeah.
But it isn't to the point where it's moving so fast you won't have to worry about it, but the gun does take both hands. Which was a mistake I learned the first time I went through. I was just
have a big recoil
trigger. No, there isn't. The interactivity is you get stuff off your phone.
Most
There's
people
no
don't realize.
splash of water. Hold on, let me clarify. This is a universal attraction that you do not get wet on. There is no splash of water.
That should have been the headline, Jeremiah.
I know, sorry.
That is the headline.
But
I'm glad you don't get sprayed with the fart gun. Like, if you got wet with that, that'd be a little too much.
One trigger shoots the basic blast, and the other one shoots the special bananas or fart gun or freeze ray. I didn't learn that till halfway through my first time, so I'm like, oh, that's what that does.
Does it have smells?
It is a freeze ray. It's not an ice ray. That's all Johnny Snow.
I didn't pick up on any smells. I know that there are some smells, especially in the pre-show area. But again, I was kind of running through to get my experience. I did it twice. Second time I did a much better score. And at the end, they have the top 30 score, so you can see how you did against everybody else. Plus, it keeps it all on track on the app.
Yeah, it's open right now. I'm going to check out the wait time.
Yeah,
I'm curious. First day
I know
opening,
yesterday when it opened post our event, it was a 45-minute wait. And that is, yeah, Kyle.
I'm just laughing at this idea, like the wait time to get on the walkway. It's like they looked at the Omnimover and said, "What if we just took the ride vehicle away, and you could be your own Doom buggy?"
And that is exactly. So my friend was asking me, "Is like, is it like Toy Story or Buzz?" I'm like, "Yes, if you were standing there and you could just spin around on your own."
Yeah, it's got
Did you know?
capabilities.
Did you know we've got Universal Studios Orlando wait times on Laughing Place? So Illumination Villain Con Minion Blast, 35 minutes is what it is right now. Shorter than Transformers, shorter than Minion Mayhem, tied with Supercharged. Oh my goodness, and less than ET. People, make better decisions with your life.
Well, ET also is behind a lot of construction walls, so it's not easy to get to.
Sadly, people still
You
found
make
it.
the effort.
Don't make
Yeah.
the effort. Don't make the effort for ET.
So
Is
the
ET?
attraction-
I'm sorry to diverge here. I'm going to go off.
No,
on a
you're not.
tangent. Is ET the most overrated attraction in history?
No.
Yes.
No,
Thank you, Joe.
no, it is not the most overrated because you're also in the park with Fast and the Furious. So
No one
And-
thinks that's good.
Jimmy,
Jimmy Fallon may be the most underrated. That's a fun ride.
I don't even like E.T. the movie, and I like the ride.
How was that look again, Kyle? That was the same look.
Yeah, that was Jimmy Fallon. We're not getting into this discussion again.
But I think Jimmy Fallon's underrated because everyone hates it.
All right. EYNTK has had some very nice stuff to say in our chat today, and I haven't seen them before, so I appreciate them being here. But now, I'm a little worried.
Everything
You are so
need
conflicted.
to know. That is friends of Laughing Place Theron. Great guy, and he just kicked off his own stuff. So if you're looking for lots of other things that doesn't just cover the theme parks, that's a good place to go check out.
Oh, okay. Cool. Maybe.
I had one last.
Underrated.
It is so awful. No, the attraction, go check it out. The kids will love it. The main reason that there is a wait time is because you actually have to get your own blaster, and they have to restock the blaster. So I believe the pre-show.
I don't think that's what makes it take an hour.
No. Well, they hold the pre-show, the people, so there's a little pre-show area.
I'm
Go
sure
and grab the
it's just that
blaster.
there's still a capacity, even if it is a constantly moving walkway, just like there's still wait times for Omnimovers. But yeah, I don't think that having to restock the blasters, it sure contributes to the wait time, but I don't think it makes it a 55-minute wait time.
No. But
Are you able to
again,
walk backwards and make the ride last forever?
Yes, you can if you want to be that guy.
I'm sure that the team members have to do that at some point.
No, and they specifically go, you're on that dot, you're on that dot, you're on that dot, you're on that dot.
Oh, it's just like 2021.
What happens if the ride stops?
I
You all
didn't
like
You fall.
Yeah.
Like a domino. Just everybody goes down.
And I
Oh.
can see that happening.
Actually, we have a report that it stopped today because someone was moving around and it locked out their gun. That's fascinating. Did you get to try any of the yummies there at Illumination Land?
Minion Cafe.
Yeah.
We've tried some of the stuff in the past. They have some great offerings. And this, I know we've had this discussion before, Doobie. I am not a popcorn person. The banana popcorn, I ate quite a bit of.
How would you define a popcorn person?
Somebody who
Never
eats
mind. Continue.
popcorn.
Everybody knows what a popcorn person is. They're full of hot air.
Sorry.
All
But you
of
had the banana popcorn?
Yes, and it is very tasty. I ate more of that than I've eaten more popcorn in probably the past 5 years.
Some very imaginative foods they have there. I
Yeah,
like it.
and all the food there is really well done, very tasty. And as I found out, one of the things that adds to that is one of the chefs used to be at Epcot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. You know,
He came out to do interviews, and I'm like, I know you from something like that. He left Epcot about 5 years ago.
and spend all that time developing this menu.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Minion Land at Universal Studios, the new ride. Once again, the headline for Jeremiah's review that tells you all you need to know. Attraction review, Illumination Zillion Minion.
If you want to change it, Kyle, go ahead and change it to breaking news. You don't get wet, but Jeremiah likes it.
15 out of 20. No, I'm sorry, 15/20.
Yeah.
Maybe get rid of maybe 15-20, because when I first read it, I thought it was 15 out of 20.
I know.
And
That's why I did that.
Yeah.
I left it.
That's why I changed it, because I had 15/20, and then I'm like, wait, in my next, I describe why it's 15/20, because I'm not waiting 15 to 20 minutes. So.
Okay, but I do like that rating system. All right, so tonight is as we said, is the official start of Halloween season, and Jeremiah will be going to the very first Mickey's Not So Scary party. Now, will you be wearing a different Roosevelt's for that, or are you going to do this all day?
I will. No. Why would I wear Minions? Never mind. We do just need. I need a shirt that says that. No, I'll be wearing a shirt that I've worn in the past before. I'm actually going with a little bit of theme, so it'll be nice to sweat through a different shirt this evening.
Give us a little preview of Not So Scary, Jeremiah.
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party kicks off tonight with the first of 300 dates available.
May or may not be accurate.
Feels like it.
It does. It is August 11th, and I'm going to the first Not So Scary. Everything is back. The parade, the enjoyable fireworks, the Hocus Pocus show, the cute characters, which that just seems like Farm Mickey and Minnie.
Are you going to go check out the Max Goof and his Powerline party pack at the new pop-up parties throughout the Magic Kingdom?
I am very proud of you for saying that without a pause there, Doobie. That was very good.
Yeah, I can read.
It leads the parade as it did last year. So hopefully this year where we were standing, I get to see it, because we were at Christmas Tree Point and they did a stop halfway down Main Street, and then they did a stop right in front of the train station. So I got to see them walk past me.
Now, one thing they did announce this morning, and I'm really hoping you get a chance to do some of these, especially showing off your cool shirt provided by Roosevelt's, is some of these new Photo Pass magic shots. What do you think of these, Jerem?
I'm excited. The Lonesome Ghost one's is great. I love the nephews from the Trick or Treat short. The lantern is always one of my favorites at Haunted Mansion, but that one always has a long line because it is such a cool one. So we'll see what I come away with this evening. I will be tweeting. I'll be Xing. What are we calling it now? We'll be sending out the photos via some type of social media throughout the night.
I'm just checking out right now. Obviously tonight, not obviously, but tonight is sold out. Number of dates are sold out. The first one available would be September 4th. And then there's a lot of availability, except for October 31st. Halloween itself is sold out. However, you can still celebrate on November 1st. That one is still available. So
I always love going to the one after Halloween because it's usually the least crowded, and they're trying to get rid of all the candy they possibly can.
That's the key. Get rid of all the candy. But it's still there. So it's not like it was a weekend. It's a Tuesday. October 31st is a Tuesday. There are a million dates leading up to it. Why do they have to have that one the day after?
And it's, when Universal does the horror nights that follow, it's usually the weekend. So Sunday will be the first. This one makes no sense at all, other than they just have to give it that extra day. So guests staying the 31st and the 1st can just stay a week to take part in the first Christmas party.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Halloween and Christmas basically are a week apart.
But yeah, it does start very soon after. Theron, to answer your question, Haunted Mansion did open up yesterday. There is no Hatbox Ghost. We will have some video in a few hours, or depending on how long it takes me to get over there, of what has changed. And only if you're a true fan of the Haunted Mansion will you probably know what has changed.
Way to undersell, Jeremiah.
Sorry, you don't get wet on the Haunted Mansion. Check out the changes.
There's a spectrum of hype and underselling that we are just a little too far on one side of. Anything else you've been working on, Jeremiah, you want to mention here? We don't have you on this show very often because I know you tend to sleep till 1. So what's going on?
I am more than happy to join you guys at any time. There are times where I'm like, why didn't they ask me to join?
You're right. In all seriousness, you are right. You should be on more.
Yeah,
So,
anytime.
my mistake. All right. Anything else you're working on you want to talk about today?
Not off the top of my head, other than one of the other things, and I know this isn't a normal topic for us, is yesterday was the first Taste of Terror event for Universal for the Halloween Horror Nights, and they gave us a preview of that, which we have some photos up. Every year, the food booths are rivaling the lines for
Food booths. Yeah.
Isn't that Damon John's company?
For the houses for the first night, because everyone wants to try the new food. So with this, it is a hard ticket event, and you get to try out some of the new offerings. Some great food. I enjoyed it, and that was all part of the entire event. And I walked away. If there's one thing that I will say about every Universal event, you will not leave those hungry, and they had some great offerings.
Cool. What are you up to now? Any Capone's news you want to share?
No, but if you are in the... I'm not doing a commercial for it.
All you can earn tickets now on sale.
Yes, I'm going to head over to Magic Kingdom in a little while, get on the Haunted Mansion, try to get some photos that won't come out and some video that will look great. And then follow us tonight as we explore and enjoy the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Thanks a lot, Jeremiah. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thanks, guys. Kyle, you're going to get one more.
Sure. Yeah, let me hit you up with that. There we go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And also on the Roosevelt's news, I am sure that the Rebecca's covered it. They did just do another Disney 100 drop a few days ago. And a lot of those are still available on the site.
Really?
Yep.
I'm surprised about
You
that.
probably will look at them, Doobie, and go, I'm not too fond of these. Kyle, you didn't like all of them?
I saw them.
It wasn't my favorite collection, but there was a couple in there that I dug. Perhaps there'll be more stuff coming next week of interest to people. Who knows?
These were all Chris.
I actually really liked that they had a Godzilla.
Yeah.
One of the Godzillas one. I don't care at all about Godzilla, but the color and like the design of this one with like it was like water, and you could some of the Godzillas you could see like the shadow of them under the water or like the things flying above it. I thought that looked really cool.
Yeah, the Godzilla one. I love this photo op too. Like, I don't know these people, but I want to become friends with them. That is.
I like both these shirts actually.
Yeah, the Disney afternoon is on the young lady, and the dancing. I can't think of. I want to call it barn dance, but it is on
the nifty '90s. I'm not sure what it is.
It's Disney. It's called the one on the girl's wearing.
No,
the
other one. Oh yeah, that's. I forget what it's called.
Dancing something. Keep dancing.
Yeah, there's musical notes on it. I just think that the purple is a little too Haunted Mansion-y.
Well, my biggest thing about this shirt is it has Mickey and Minnie in the barn dance era of the rubber limbs. And it has Donald probably in his first appearance. And then it has Chippendale, who didn't appear in any of those cartoons and didn't come about until after the characters had gotten to almost their character model they are now. So it's just an awkward mix, but I love the purple, so no matter what, it's a go for me.
Where is it? Where the heck is the video? Do we not have it on this brand? There it is.
Now just a minute.
Okay, sorry. You're being a little Tony-ish there, Jeremiah, with your nitpick.
No, I will definitely admit that it was a nitpick, but I still love it. No, you want to read some nitpicking. That shirt is called the Disney Afternoon, and the people whose heads exploded because it has nothing to do with Disney Afternoon. That's.
Oh, yeah, that should make their head explode.
No, because
that makes sense.
It's the character models from that time of the 80s and 90s. So the nephews are more the round head. Yeah.
Much like yourself. Well, thank you for joining us again. You're one of the Roosevelt ambassadors. Appreciate you very much, and we'll have you on again more. It's my goal to have you on at least once a week. This is ridiculous.
I'm good for that. I'll talk to you guys later.
Jeremiah Friday. Thanks, Jerem.
Bye, guys. Ooh.
That's the best name, like Jeremiah Friday. It's like a detective.
Very true. Kyle, that was fun. Oh, what else we got to talk about? How about Joffrey's? Why? Because Disney fans are crazy about Joffrey's for reasons I don't quite understand. But...
including the guy who was on at 7 a.m. and so made sure that story was a top priority.
Yeah, I had a feeling this would be a Luke thing, so let me. Sorry, I thought I had the link. I don't. Joffrey's has released just in time for Halloween, just under the wire for Halloween. Their fall flavors, the pumpkin spice stuff is all here for you. So, all you Joffrey's fans, and I believe Gio's a huge Joffrey's fan here. Do you like the pumpkin spice and the? Let's see. Starting today, they have the pumpkin pie latte, which is a latte with pumpkin pie syrup, and the pumpkin game changer, pumpkin creme brulee cold brew with a shot of espresso, pumpkin pie syrup, and cream. No word yet. This is the Luke expertise here. No word yet on any returning non-coffee fall drinks, such as last year's caramel apple chai tea latte. No.
Which is redundant because chai means tea.
Then why do they always say chai tea?
Because why do you say bao bun? It's just,
Bao means bun?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't say ATM machine. I'm better than that. Gio is not a PSL fan.
But that is not pumpkin spice. This is pumpkin pie. Totally different. Actually, it's not different. It's a little sweeter, maybe. I don't know. I've had this, I think. Not in cold form, but it was okay.
Let's see, Adventures by Disney. Big fan of Adventures by Disney. Now that I've actually done one, they have some specials coming up for if you're doing both land and sea. You can save on some of their river cruises and their expedition cruises. So we invite you to check out.
I want to do a river cruise. I want to be River Cruise Kyle.
So I did, the ABD I just did. Oh, Gio doesn't like pumpkin at all. Gio's broken. No offense, Gio. No offense. The ABD I just did was with WDW Radio, which was incredible, and they are doing a river cruise. Is it this year? Because they're doing the Christmas markets, some of the European Christmas markets. I want to do a river cruise and I want to do Christmas markets, and it's actually not Disney, it's Nat Geo, so it's Disney but not ABD, and it just sounds amazing. And I wish I was there with them. But you want a river cruise too?
I do. That sounds awesome. How do we get Benji to send us on it?
We need coverage. So
Yeah,
if
seriously.
you are interested in any of these deals, any of these specials, obviously we recommend Mouse Fan Travel and our friend Rich Ostry, who is always in our chats here. We certainly recommend you go ask for Rich if you don't yet have a travel agent over at Mouse Fan Travel, and he'll take care of you. They're also known as MEI Travel, which is why he says MEI there. So MEI is like the major company, and then they have this sub thing, Mouse Fan Travel, but it is one of the same.
I think they also have Universal Fan Travel if you want to plan your trip to use a fart gun on a moving walkway.
Not enough brands is the problem. So, I'm sorry Jeremiah left already. Jeremiah has actually done the South Africa Adventures by Disney.
He did the one with Jim Rhodey. Yeah.
With Damon John, no. With Jim Rhodey. Wow, and apparently Rich has done it too. I want every ABD. That was just the best experience in the world. So again, Mouse Fan Travel, MEI Travel, ask for Rich Ostry. He'll take care of you. I want him to take care of me. We have a travel agent at Mouse Fan Travel who I'm a fan. She does a great job, but Rich is always here supporting our shows. I want to support Rich and shift over to him being our official travel agent. Would that be okay with you if I did that, Rich? Would that be a problem? Let's see. Marvel covers. We don't talk about Marvel nearly enough on this show, and these are covers, so.
Wow.
An account is almost a poster.
These are magazine covers. Yes, so Total Film is going to be highlighting the Marvels, which is coming out this November. So This, yeah, that's the Florkins, if you'll recall. They're not Florkins.
Not a lot of news going on, so we reached deep down to get to the Marvel covers. He is here for LP. Thank you, Rich. We appreciate it. Seriously, appreciate it very much. I'm trying to see if anything broke since we started.
Your second, I mean, you were talking about Adventures by Disney. I thought you were going to segue to the fact that your day 2 recap is now live on the site.
That was my plan. So yes, I did an Adventures by Disney Quest for the West, or as they now call it, Wyoming. And it used to be called Quest for the
Quest
West.
to another planet. That's what the.
I'm still not convinced. That's the magic of air travel. Is you leave, especially when it's cloudy. You don't know where you're ending up. Like that one Twilight Zone, you end up in like the 30s or the prehistoric. Yes. So yesterday was day 1. Today, this morning, Kyle was kind enough to post day 2, where we do Jackson, Wyoming. And
Are you doing day 3 tomorrow, or are you saving it for Monday?
Every day. We're just going to go 7 straight days. So
fair enough.
Yesterday, day 2 was Jackson, Wyoming. Here, I'll share the tab and run through it with you real quick in case you don't want to actually go read it. Started my day by getting a little pump in, mostly just checking out the gym at the Ward Hotel. Before everyone else in the world woke up, I just walked around the town and explored a little bit. I love to do that when I'm on vacation. We had breakfast at the Ward Hotel. This breakfast, they just gave us a voucher and said, go order what you want. It wasn't a group breakfast. I met more of the country bears there, and this one scared me a little bit. It was time to get on a bus. We went to Jackson Hole Whitewater, got our helmets. Some people got their booties, like wetsuit booties, not like booties. And went over to the Snake River. The bus ride, by the way, riding the bus is always fun because they have snacks. Went over to the Snake River and we did some whitewater rafting, and it was amazing. So much more fun than I expected. Not nearly as scary as I expected.
Did it feel like Grizzly River?
No, Grizzly River is 100 times more rough and scary. Grizzly River, you might actually fall out.
Except that you have a seatbelt.
Fall over or something. But yeah. But granted, we were doing, what are they, category 2, level 2, whatever, rapid, 1 and 2, nothing too intense. Gideon never fell out, but him and a bunch of people did choose to just jump into the Snake River. So he looks very happy here. He was freezing. He's like, Mom, take the picture so I can get out of here. But
are there actually
the Snake
snakes
River was
in the
free
river?
to jump in. A lot of people did. If there were, they didn't tell us. Thank you. I don't know why it's called the Snake River. For those who didn't want to picture from that float, that's actually the back of Becky's head, who was the head of Mouse Fan Travel, the owner of Mouse Fan Travel. And they got to see a moose. We did not see a moose on our whole adventure. We did not get to see a moose on our whole adventure. The people until the very last day, like the end of the last day. Whereas Becky and the people who took the float, they got to see a moose. More fun. And then we got back to Jackson. We just had some free time to walk around a bit. So this time the 3 of us walked around. We got this was our best tour of the city. We walked all around Jackson. On this afternoon, the Stagecoach, the famous cowboy bar. Inside they have saddles. Got the requisite picture in front of the antlers. And then this is back when we're all together again. Before we went off for our even activity, we stopped here so they could take pictures of us in front of the antlers. Then we went to the famous Jackson Hole Playhouse, which has been around for eons. No, dissing my boss. No, Becky is awesome. I can't believe I got to do this vacation with Becky. So much fun. If you haven't played poker with Becky, Rich, don't pass up the opportunity. Jackson Hole Playhouse, where we had
Are you saying she's an easy mark?
No, but she's fun. She's not an easy mark. She gets pretty competitive at the poker table. I was a little surprised at how that played out, especially when playing Lou Mangello. While waiting for the Jackson Hole Playhouse, got my saddle on, and then the Jackson Hole Playhouse, you have dinner, and while you're having dinner, entertainers keep coming out and entertaining you, and many of the entertainers are also your servers for dinner, so they do double duty. And then following dinner...
Oh, if only there were a place in Kissimmee that had that sort of...
Dessert. This was Gideon's favorite dessert of the trip. And then and it was Rebecca's birthday on this day. So our wonderful adventure guide Dusty arranged for this. He didn't, tell us. He just made an excuse for Rebecca to get up and have to stand over here so one of the waiters could get over and get to something. Very clever. And she's just standing there, and all of a sudden the birthday starts and all the performers come out, and it's great. And she loves confetti. He didn't even know that, but he got her this card with confetti in it, authentic Main Street confetti, and she was ecstatic, and a birthday pin. It was great, and then we got to watch a full performance with intermission. It was a full performance of Annie Get Your Gun, which was really spectacular. Enjoyed it very, very much, and that was the night. That was day 2.
I have an important question for you.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to check out I know it wasn't her GoPro, but have you gotten to see the GoPro footage of your whitewater?
No, I don't know if she's asked. That was Cameron's GoPro, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Rebecca happened to grab a helmet that had a GoPro mount on it, and so Cameron asked, "Hey, can I put that camera on there?" So she did, and Rebecca got all that footage, and we haven't seen it yet, and I really would like to see it because there was one point where the single biggest rapid. It wasn't great, but the single biggest rapid we happened to be in front for. People would go front, back, so everyone could get a different experience. And we happened to be in front for the single biggest rapid we encountered, and it was the only time I wasn't scared, but it definitely startled me. As I think everything's normal, and all of a sudden I'm breathing water, freezing water. So, not scared, but startled.
We had to put that on the list of shirts for LPTV. Not scared, startled.
So I would love to see the GoPro footage for that. So I'm glad I like that. That was a fun way to go through that. So that means on Monday we got to do 3 of them because that was fun. So stay tuned. We will have posting day 3, day 4 over the weekend, 5, 6, 7. And that will be my trip. And they're all written already, so it's not even like I'm promising something I can't deliver. I did my homework. Okay, I think that is kind of all we got today, except for... At some point, I'm just going to keep clicking until I get to the right one. All right, this day in Disney history, the portion of the show in which Kai goes deep into his knowledge bank and tells us something very important that happened on this day in Disney history. So we're starting with 1983. This is not a day that has a big history. Nothing happened until 1983, but then something huge happened. An actor was born. Perhaps, let me see how I word this. I would say this is the second most important actor for the Walt Disney Company over the past 15 years.
Okay. Most important Disney actor over the past 15 years.
Or maybe the second.
Okay. So I assume this means people...
time flies. I'd say the past 20 years. I'm sorry, 10 years. 10 years.
All right, so it's either 15, 20, or 10. We got this locked in.
10 years. We're going to stick with 10-ish.
Okay, last 10-ish years. So someone who's been in a lot, and it's an actor, so it's not...
Actor. And, I would say definitely 2. There's a 1, and I would say this is 2.
Okay.
You might argue that 2A, 2B was someone else, but... critical to the success of this company.
Critical to the success of this company. Wow.
In 1983, so you have an idea of his age.
Yeah, I know. It's slightly older than me.
40 years old today. I guarantee you he looks younger than you.
Probably.
Not in the picture I chose. That should be a great hint for you right there.
I don't know.
He has a brother who does some acting too.
A brother who does some acting too. So is this it's not a Sprouse twin?
It's not a twin, although they do kind of look alike. Oh, look who's popping in here. Do you have an idea?
Well, can you start over? Because if this might be really creepy, if it might be who I think it is.
All right, so this is my clue is this person is, in my opinion, the second most important actor for the Walt Disney Companies in the past 10-ish years. Maybe tied for second.
Oh, and it's like their birthday today?
Yes, and it's a birthday. 1983. So 40 years old today.
Oh, okay. That's not who I thought it would be.
Just a plain old actor.
Important. I mean, you can't be the most important actor in the last 10 years and just be an actor.
No, you can. And this person is. And I didn't say most. I said second most, maybe third.
The Walt Disney
Tom
Company?
Holland. He's younger.
The Walt Disney Company, yes.
Yeah.
I know
the
it's
contribution.
Chris Hemsworth, but that seems like a little out of.
It's Chris Hemsworth. What's wrong with that clue for Chris Hemsworth?
How is he the second most important actor in the last?
Because the MCU is what makes this company all their money,
But he's like,
and he is the second most important in the MCU. Maybe third. Maybe you put Captain America ahead of him.
yeah, you definitely put Captain America ahead of him.
Okay, so I said 2A, maybe third. It counts. And
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get there. I was still stuck in like Jordan Fisher land.
Yeah,
No,
see, I was thinking it's like some Disney Channel person who, but then I like
No, that's not critical. MCU is where the money comes from, and Thor is top 3 MCU character. So, all right, on this day in 1995, a short came out. Don't say it, Benji, because you know it already. In an attempt to convince Minnie that he hasn't forgotten to buy her an anniversary present, Mickey ends up promising to take her to Hawaii. Funds being short, he applies for a job as a lab assistant to the sinister Dr. Frankenoli, who happens to be searching for a donor to provide his monstrous creation with a
Say that
brain.
name again. Dr. Who?
Frankenoli. It's Frankenweenie, but it was Frankenolly.
You don't get
Anyway.
the joke?
Is that
I
Runaway
get
Brain?
the joke.
So you don't
Frankenolly.
pronounce it right?
No, because I didn't get the joke until I went and reread it.
Okay.
Anti-gravity.
Dr. Frankenolly. What did you say? Anti-gravity? Oh,
No,
you're
I
making
was,
fun of me.
yeah. I said Runaway Brain, which is what I was going to guess before you started reading, because I only know so much.
Oh, really? I said he's not. Yeah, he is ahead of Thor. I said he's number 2. Robert Downey Jr. is clearly number 1. That there is no discussion. I said Chris Hemsworth is number 2. I could easily be convinced he's number 3. He's no lower than 3.
So he's behind Scarlett.
Behind who?
Scarlett Johansson.
No.
Have I ever told you Alex's Madame Upanova joke? Story? So he's talking about Fantasia, and he's like, Madame Upanova. And I go, Upanova? And he goes like, yeah, like, well, I don't know how to pronounce it because I've never heard it said. And I was like, it's Upanova. That's the joke. And he didn't get it.
It's that thing. I know Frankenolly. I know the character from aside from this, but when I'm reading, and anyway, on this day in 2004, a movie was released.
2004. Hold on.
I'm gonna give.
Wait.
Okay.
2004.
Can I give you a hint? Not a live action Disney label.
Yeah. Trying to put myself. That's not Disney's The Kid, is it? Because that was earlier.
Good guess. It's not, but
It's not
decent
Ice
guess.
Princess.
Is it The Rookie?
No, but you are in the right era.
Is it
Yeah.
Princess Diaries 2?
Royal Engagement.
Benji, where did you see this movie?
The El Cap. That's the only reason I know is because I worked at the El Cap in 2005. So they had gone through what they had done recently, and I knew Ice Princess was like February 2005. So, and they had done a Princess Tea or something right before that in August. So it wasn't gonna be like kind of.
All for this day in Disney history today. Benji, what are you doing to celebrate the first day of Halloween?
Helping Alex cover Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
That's tonight. Jeremiah will be there. He's also going to be there to see what's going on at the Haunted Mansion that's just reopened. And, yeah. That's it. Hey, check out Laughing Place. We got a lot going on these days because we have a lot going on every day. But new feature, we have wait times for So we've always had wait times, but they've always been for a specific park. Now you can see all of Disneyland Resort wait times, or all of Walt Disney World wait times, all on one page. So go check that out for you at-home wait time watchers, like I know a lot of you are.
Also, Alex yesterday attended a special screening of the season finale of Wonder Years, which took place at Disneyland. And there was a panel discussion talking about how they recreated Disneyland of the 1960s today for the filming. So he'll have coverage of that up sometime early next week.
Forward to that, because that is very interesting. You know, a lot of these sitcoms film at Disney, but this one being set in the 60s, it's a little more complicated. So that should be fun. I remember That Thing You Do. Didn't they just put like a cardboard thing over the Matterhorn so it looked like the Matterhorn of back in the day?
Of the car, you mean, right?
The car. Yes, the bobsled. That's the whole Matterhorn.
I just imagine this like giant box.
For that they put Kermit the Frog on the top. That way it looked like. Back in the day. All right. Anything else anybody want to mention before we shut this off?
Don't think so.
I feel like there should be, but I don't know.
How's the strike going? Is it over yet?
Well, today they're meeting again, so we'll see how that goes.
With the writers, not the
writers. Yeah.
Do you anticipate these strikes will end essentially at the same time?
I think they will end close together. I think once the writers fall, so to speak, they will.
That the writers' fall is what happens when the conveyor belt at Minions stops.
I want the video of that.
Wait, what? Can someone? I know nothing about this. I'm sure you guys talked about it, but what is this Minion ride?
It's a moving walkway with screens that you shoot at.
And you need to use
took the old exit to Space Mountain, but added like Buzz Lightyear to it.
Yeah, and you need to use both hands, so you can't be holding on while you're doing it on a moving
Seriously?
walkway. Yeah.
Who designed that?
I'm sure ex-Disney Imagineers. I presume it doesn't move
Not
very
lawyers.
quickly. It doesn't move very quickly, but still. A moving walkway that you explicitly don't hold on sounds like a lot of fun.
Has it ever e-stopped?
According to someone in our chat, they have stopped it. I don't know that an e-stop is a sudden stop. I would hope it's a gradual stop. But apparently there are situations where it does need to come to a stop. And you're not supposed to move on it, but obviously you can walk if you insist on it. So, interesting rides.
There's going to be lots of fodder for other sites. Be like, this person stepped off of the ride.
Speaking of other sites.
No. That sentence should never be finished, especially when we're live.
The best way to get to Hollywood, take Fountain.
You mean about 1 minute. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll be back on Monday. I'll be back tomorrow for Disney Trivia Live, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Please join us. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. This shirt, that shirt, brought to you by Roosevelt's. Bye.